We're crossing the final stretch to Normandy now. The shore is there, and every man here knows what awaits. In seconds, this landing will become history. These obstacles were built to tear this assault apart. They were meant to stop landing craft in the water. But the first wave is forcing its way through. They have to cross open ground before they can reach the beach. This is the most exposed part of the landing. From here, every yard has to be taken under fire. The first men are reaching the Shile now. It's the first cover they have found. Here, they regroup beneath the German guns. They are pinned here beneath the bluffs. Now small groups begin to gather. That is how this beachhead starts to form. German fire has not let up for a moment. And still, small groups are preparing to move. This is how the first push inland begins. They can only move in short bursts now. Every few yards have to be fought for. This is how Omaha is taken, yard by yard. Men are falling all along this slope. The wounded are being pulled back by hand. And still, the line keeps moving forward. It's just after 6:30, the assault on Omaha is underway. The 1st and 29 are searching for a way off this beach. If they break through here, the landing may survive. Omaha is not being taken in one line. Small groups are forcing their way up, piece by piece. That is how the bluff begins to give way. Omaha is opening through scattered breakthroughs, not one assault. Small groups are finding weak points between the strongest defenses. That is how this beach will finally be broken. They are over the bluff now, the fight is inland. These first footholds must now be moving widened. That is how the landing begins to survive. These first footholds are no longer standing alone. Small groups are beginning to join into one line. That is how Omaha turns from survival into advance. Crossing the bluff was only the beginning here. Now they must widen the breach before it closes. This is how Omaha begins pushing the Germans back inland. Beyond the bluff, every hedgerow can become another battle line. These small breakthroughs have to keep moving before they are sealed off. That is how Omaha slowly becomes a real foothold in France. At 6:30, the first waves hit Omaha and many were cut down in the surf. But by day's end, more than 34,000 Americans will come ashore here. Omaha survives because scattered breakthroughs are becoming a beachhead. Omaha is being won at terrible price. 2,000 American have already fallen here. But the line keeps growing because the men behind are still coming forward. This is no longer just a landing beach. This is now a battlefield inside France. Omaha did not turn in one moment. It turned when enough men held the ground above the beach. Once these scattered groups linked up, the Germans could no longer crush them one by one. That is the moment a landing becomes a beachhead. What was won here was not just a few yards of mud, but an opening into France. Once this ground held, the invasion could begin beyond the beach itself. This is how a landing point becomes the road into Europe. June 6, 1944. Here the Western Front is being opened. Because if this ground holds, the invasion holds with it. This is only one beach and a far greater invasion. All across Normandy today, the Allies are 4-way ashore. But here at Omaha, every yard still has to be paid for. This day will become the greatest seaborne assault in history. But history is being decided here, ditch by ditch, hedge by hedge. And here at Omaha, that price is still being paid. Omaha was one of 5 landing beaches, but one of the bloodiest of this day. Now enough men are getting inland that this line is becoming harder to break. This is the moment the enemy begins to lose the beach. What began as slaughter on the beach is becoming a breakthrough inland. The longer Omaha holds, the less chance the Germans have to throw it back. And that is how this beach becomes part of the turning point in France. June 6, 1944, one of the hardest bitches of D-Day has held. And from this shore, the road to liberating Western Europe has begun.